Well, good morning. I'm coming at you this morning with some things that you're going to encounter after you open your car dealership, or as you're beginning. And what I want to talk about this morning is what we're going through here, which is what I always talk about on this channel. Our car dealership, and today. Actually, this month, we're in the process of renegotiating our lease. Property is just so darned expensive now, which is what I want to do, is own the property and build our dealership there, but we're just not there yet. And so looking back over the last couple of years, and Shane called me last night with a heavy heart on whether to move to a more desirable location or stay where we are and accept the new terms that's been brought to us. And I had to sit down with pen and paper this morning and just look at the pros and cons. And most of our business now is done wholesale through we do a lot of retail, but Shane really loves buying at a smaller auction and taking to larger auctions, and he's just doing a terrific job with that. So with that part of it, us taking on additional overhead, getting a new location, and having a more presentable retail option just doesn't make sense to me. We need the license, which is what we have, to operate as a wholesaler, and that's what we both tend to love, the wholesaling, reconning of cars and taking them. So it doesn't matter. I have some comments on YouTube from people out there that talked about the fact that our lot is not paved, it's gravel. Our customers don't seem to care about that. They also don't seem to care. The cars certainly don't care whether they're sitting on gravel or they're sitting on pavement. So that's an ego thing, and it doesn't bother me at all. Would it be nice? Yes, maybe to walk on pavement instead of worrying about getting a little gravel in a car. That may be one thing, but I don't see how it enhances our profit. He's looking at a building which is within the city limits, and I do not like that as well because it's in codes. There's a lot of competition around it, and it's a very nice and presentable building. It doesn't do anything for me. We have a lot of acreage where we are. We've just done absolutely tremendous these past couple of years. And when Shane called last night, he said, I'm a little bit concerned about, I'm nervous about taking on the new business. I think it will help us, and I'm not nervous, and I'm going to follow suit with whatever he wants to do. This is my son, but looking back over the past couple of years, this is a history that repeats itself. We do phenomenal. He's done phenomenal in 2 years of business, and then grows and grows. And some people think that growing means taking on more overhead, means growing the building, growing the presence of what you are. And I'm more or less interested in growing internally. We have a great location. We have a lot of traffic. Are there things that we could change? But when I even put the numbers to that, for the amount of increase that we're looking at taking on in our overhead, we can make those modifications here and still enjoy a lot more space than we would be getting. It would pay for itself within the first year, as opposed to taking on 2 to 3 years of more overhead. So for my vote, I think personally we would be better off by investing our money in our present location if we want to, make it a more desirable appearing lot. Not that it's ugly by any stretch of the imagination, but gravel doesn't matter to me. But if he wanted to pave the parking lot, we can do that and pay for it in cash and not have to take on this immediate increase in money. And so you're going to be faced with that in your business as you grow. The first year or two, you're going to come out just like gangbusters because you're a little bit nervous of making it and things of that nature. And things are going to be great. But after that 2-year period, you're going to begin to settle in, and you're going to find that you made all the bills and everything was great. Now you have security, you have an additional income, and or you have good income, and you want to grow out thinking that you're increasing it. I don't think we would be increasing our profitability by taking on more overhead. I think the only thing we would satisfy in that would be our egos. And I think that the egos, once they get in our way, they divert our attention to our business. And this is what I don't want to allow, such a diversion. There's a thing that he mentioned last night, and you're going to see the same thing, that he's very in his comfort zone now. We've made it 2 years. We've got plenty of money. I mean, not that we have a lot of money, but we've made good money. We got lots of freedom. It's just absolutely incredible. So I think that going into areas unknown doesn't make sense for us. The things that we would have to do to meet the additional overhead. Can we afford it? And the answer is yes. Currently, we can. But we can also keep laying back money and investing in our own business and buying our own property and going at the rate that he's considering going. I don't see how our growth outside of the landlord is going to benefit us. So if you're lucky enough that you own your property and you can get your dealer's license, you're in absolutely great shape. But one of our largest competitors here in Nashville just closed up 2 locations that they had. They had actually expanded into 3 locations in Nashville, and they've gone back to the basics of running their business from their primary location, which is where they started. And I think that for me, I want to learn from others' experiences, because I know that my education has been very expensive for me. My mistakes are very expensive. So when I watch other people that go back, they expand, and grow, and then go back to where it all started, that's telling me something. I want to stay where it's all started. If I'm required to make some investments here to satisfy my ego as far as paving the parking lot, building new garages and things of that nature, I'd rather do that here than venture into the unknown and have that immediately. So I'm willing to wait for it. And I think that if you're in a situation to where you're looking at location for your dealership, you're looking at lease negotiation, 90% of our business, as everybody's business this day and time, is coming from the internet leads. Location is nowhere as important as it used to be, the brick and mortar businesses. I mean, we're 5 miles from, or 3 miles from the city limit one way and 12 miles from city limits the other way. We're in a rural area. We avoid city codes and things of that nature, and it's been great for us. So look at where your potential market is. Ours is wholesale, auction to auction. So a paved parking lot's not going to make a big difference to us. Excuse me. So when you're thinking about taking on your overhead, take those things into consideration. Without good internet presence and without a strong knowledge of how to use the social media, take that into consideration when you're looking at properties. With that being said, have a great day. Please like and share this channel if you would. Thanks.